Hello and welcome to T Money Talks. In this week's episode, T Money's going to continue on with the spooky theme of October by talking about a few Halloween traditions, things they do, just about anything really. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hello and welcome back to T Money Talks. It's
Hello.
T Money on the mic. We got a guest here, as you can hear. I hope you guys liked last week's episode. We are continuing again with the spookiness since it's spooky season. I hope you guys weren't too freaked out by the stories that we were told. I mean, they were absolutely real. The technical difficulties, as we learned, were just my headphones needed new batteries. And I needed a different cable for the mic, so that was the shenanigans. But other than that, it was a great time. I had a great time, and now I'm here ready to talk more about Halloween, like anything Halloween related, scary. It doesn't even have to be so much Halloween related, but more so like just spooky, since that's the whole idea of Halloween, which is what I love about it, honestly, is I love horror movies. Absolutely
Same.
the best. And so it's like you get a whole holiday dedicated to horror. Like, I'm on top and I get free candy. Okay, let's go.
Spooky events.
Exactly.
Candy.
Free candy, might we add. Free.
Pageantry. Halloween is lit though, to be honest. I put it right up there with Christmas. It just has the same like but I know a lot of people don't like Christmas though.
I feel like, okay, I don't know how I feel about Christmas, honestly. Thanksgiving and Christmas are the two holidays for me that I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about them.
I love Thanksgiving just because it's just roll over all the holidays. But I just would like to say I love Thanksgiving just because like it's not about gifts, so it's a little less stressful, and we could all just eat. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like it depends on your family, because like that's a different conversation.
Yeah, let's stick with the spooky. Otherwise, it's gonna be a whole nother topic.
It's be all over the place.
I don't know though. Like, oh my god, I like totally like lost all train of thought right
It's
then
okay.
and there.
We're flowing.
I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, back to the spooky. Back into the zone. Let's go. Okay, and we're back. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyways, I do want to. You never answered my question earlier today. Like, do you have Halloween traditions?
I don't think so. I mean, no, I don't think I have any Halloween traditions. No. I mean, I know like as it gets closer to like Halloween, like the Day of the Dead, like when that comes, Dia de los Muertos, when that comes around, like I'm like, I know some I don't know how to say this without sounding dumb. I'm
It's a safe space.
Yes, it's a safe space. I do apologize for what I'm about to what may come across as wrong. I'm just gonna say it and let's hope for the best. Anyways, when that day rolls around, I know some friends and I know some of my family as well will set up an altar for those who have passed on to the next life, so that they can come back here to visit us on a specific day. I do not know very much about it. I know, which is why I'm like, I didn't want to say too much about it because I don't know enough about it to talk about it fully.
I think it's like a period of time.
I think so too. I think it starts somewhere, and that's the day where you like start setting up your altar, put the pictures up and everything, and then there's a specific day. I think it like, but it is like a period of time. I think. But again, I don't know that much about this topic, so take what I say very lightly. But I guess in a sense that would be the only tradition, but it wouldn't but I wouldn't want to say like call it a Halloween tradition because it's its own separate category. It's a whole separate thing from Halloween. Like, you know, there's two. They don't even like, you know, they just happen to be during the spooky season. You know, so no, I don't think I would have any Halloween traditions. No, do you?
I would just say I do like to dress up, but I don't do it every year. But I do try, you know. I don't know. Like, it's always like Halloween's always been a low key struggle, just because like my parents, like, well, my dad really didn't care. Just like whatever, just dress up, get the candy. My mom was all like, Halloween is an unsafe holiday, and like all the whole religious factor of it and everything. But I mean, I just loved Halloween just because like it was just so spooky and cool, and like I don't know, I just felt like it was a way for like, you know, to peek in on everybody's like inner thoughts. This may sound a little bit weird.
No, I
So
agree.
feel
I
like
agree.
You
You
get to
know,
see people's costume choices, and then you kind of really get to see like where their sense of humor or their sense
especially
of
like
style.
during elementary school when everybody would come in their costume. That's when you really
That-
know who people were, because
real.
Halloween, that's what I love about Halloween though. It's the one time of year, as it's as said in Mean Girls, it's the one time of year girls get a dress. You know? And but no, anyway,
Speaking
no
of
no
that,
no
I got some Mean Girls themed toaster strudel that I'm about to tear up after this podcast, and I've been so excited. Thank you to Gretchen Wieners, who's born of the fathers of toaster strudel or whatever. I appreciate it.
But yeah, oops. Halloween, it's the one time a year where people get to dress up and be someone they're not. They get to be whoever they want to be. It could be their role model, it could be a superhero, it could be it could be their mom, it could be their grandma, you know, it could be anyone. But
Pringles can.
exactly, you could no, literally anything your heart desires, you could go out as, you know. I mean, with of course, like, you know, like there's some things you shouldn't go out of,
Absolutely.
but you know, for the most part, you get to be anything you want, and that's what I love is you get to be someone else for a day, for a couple of hours. You know, you get to be the thing you're afraid to be. You know, that's what I love about Halloween is like sometimes I'm like, yeah, today T Money's gonna be someone else, someone with confidence, so, you know, like something like that, you know, type of thing. You know, where I just get to be a whole other person, a whole new world. That's what I like about Halloween.
I like it. Yeah, it's like stepping into. I don't know. I think I can still get it back too. I do miss the old feeling of Halloween, like, you know, especially around like the 12 to like 14.
Oh yes.
Like those were when you finally started to get to plan out your costume and decide
When
what
you
you're gonna
actually,
be.
yes.
Yeah.
When you got to think deeper about who am I, who do I want to be known as, you know.
And the enormous bags of candy. Like, should we talk about
yes.
that? Like,
I learned, here's a trick for if I have any young kiddos out there, or if there's parents of young kiddos. Here's a hot 101 Halloween trick-or-treating tip to get the most candy. All right, I'm about to give you the gold of all candy going situation, house to houses. Anyways, needless to say, you want to be the last child to get candy out of the whole rotation
facts.
for the door of trick-or-treating, because they always give the most candy to the last child. The door, they gotta shut the person who's gonna get the door shut on, that's the one who gets the most.
And who was the most patient.
They didn't rush. They did, you know, and I know this because that's what I would do. I would always let everyone else run up in front of me because they had to get the candy, and I always got more than them.
And I would add a please and thank you after my trick or treat as well. That's how I maximized my candy, you know.
So yes, that is a hot tip for trick-or-treating 101. I hope you use that wisely.
You're welcome.
Yes, but yes, also the free candy is another great thing I love about Halloween. Halloween, you get to be someone else. You get free candy, and it's the one time a year you just go knocking on strangers' doors asking them for things.
And it's chill.
You know, and it's okay. Like everyone knows, hey, this is gonna happen. And then some people who don't want to interact will just drop a whole bucket of candy on their front porch and be like, please take one, when you know they're gonna take like a handful.
True.
But
Guilty.
you know, I mean, Halloween is just a great holiday, and then too, like the whole spookiness stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the best time to tell scary stories. You know, the best time to bring up paranormal activity
Right.
things.
Also, something I wanted to ask you too. Do you ever get like find that more spooky things happen in your life during the month of October, or do you feel like it's just a state of mind?
I think it's just a state of mind. You know, because it's already like once October 1st hits, everyone's like, "Bam, bam, 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 bam."
Little Shop of Horror starts playing in the background.
You know, like Goosebumps starts, you know, kicking. Like once October 1st hits, like everyone like spooky time, you know. So I feel like that also helps like bring it
Especially
in
because
the.
of
I
Twitter
mean,
culture.
I mean, I think it might actually be both a state of mind and things actually genuinely happening a little bit more because that since that's so much in the air, everyone's so much like talking about like oh spirits and ghosts and you know maybe like it does lure them into our world a little bit more
Mm.
because the whole like idea of like it's anything could happen, it's spooky, you
They're
know.
being thought about. Yeah,
So maybe it's a little bit of both.
maybe so.
Who's to say?
This is a little off topic, but I'm also a big fan of the Ghost Choir and the Ghost Duet. I love that. You know, I don't know. I feel like there's really creative stuff that comes out during the month of Halloween too. I feel like it's a
Mm-hmm.
super creative month. I like the arts and crafts of it as well. But yeah, I also do. I personally feel like I feel like weird stuff does happen in the month of October
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like I don't know. Like it's weird. I was actually at my job too. I low key feel like me and a couple people always say it's haunted. We're really not the type to like say that, but like deep down we're all like, why does creepy stuff happen here? Like just the other week, I was in the aisle. I was on my phone, but out of nowhere, this is gonna sound funny. My pants just came loose.
What?
Yeah, like it felt like someone just like popped my pants right open.
What?
Yeah. Yes, and like I was shook, and like my pants has never done that. Like you know, like I checked to make sure like my button wasn't like coming undone or like my zipper wasn't broken. I may have put on some pounds, so we ain't just busting out of clothes. It was like, bro, like, it's not that serious or anything.
Yeah.
And then so like I looked around and I was like, what the heck? Like, it's anyways. Second thing that happened last year, not in that order, of course. But the second thing that happened last year was there's this we have our boys bathroom and girls bathroom, but now we recently just turned into the all gender type of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's the employee bathroom and then the all gender.
Unisex.
Yeah, there you go, unisex restroom. And like for a long time, only during the month of October, like if you were ever like on the toilet in there, or if you were ever washing your hands, or like answering a text message, you would hear breathing coming from the sewage.
What?
Yes, like, and it wasn't like normal breathing. It was like freaking Darth Vader. It was literally. I'm like not exaggerating, and like for a long time, like I was just keeping it to myself because I was all like, they must just be doing work down there,
Mm-hmm.
or it's probably some type of sewer steam thing going on, whatever. And then so I came up one day, and then like I was just like I just decided to make a joke about it. Like I was like, man, I was like, can't use the restroom because Darth Vader's just down there chilling. And then like my supervisor Roxanne, she was like, "Oh my God, you hear it too?" And I was all like, "Yes."
Oh
I
my-
was like, I thought I was the only one, and she was like, "No." She was like, "It's been doing that the entire month of October." She was like, "I've never heard it here in my entire life."
And did it stop after like the month was over?
It did.
And it never happened.
Like
Never.
literally when it hit November 1st, and a day like Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" came on our CBS radio,
Yeah.
and like that's so rare too because there's never a new song on our CBS radio. It's the same like 48 songs that play constantly year round. It never stops. Like they'll add like something in there sometimes every now and again. I don't know how it happens. I don't know who like gives the yay or nay on what new songs, but I wish that was my job at CBS. But anyways, yeah, it literally it what didn't do it anymore after that.
Mm.
But Yeah, I don't know. I just feel freaky things happen. I also feel like I encounter a lot of witches in October. I feel like
Mm.
I tend to just like encounter more. And like I don't know, their vibes have always been kind of strange towards me. Not all, but
Mm-hmm.
some. Um yeah. I feel like
Interesting.
yeah, like a lot of them tend to be drawn towards me this month, or they always want to give me readings, or they always try to tell me things during this month. Hasn't happened yet this year, but
Mm.
usually does.
Well, that's definitely interesting. I don't know. I don't think anything's really happened to me like that at all, like that I could think of during October, which is why, at least for me, it's kind of more of a state of mind type of thing. Because I don't think I've had anything like strange like that happen to me specifically in October.
I mean, I used to classify it as strange, but now, I mean, it could go either way nowadays.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I've never had anything like spooky happen to me during October, but I have always loved to create the spooky to happen to other people in a sense of I love scaring people. That's a layer of T Money. I love to scare people real good. I like to make them wet their pants a little. Sometimes that's how much I love. That's how much I fucking love to scare people. It's what I love the most about Halloween. It's just the horror, like the jump scares, the mazes. Like I love to scare people, and there was actually one year for Halloween, I was giving out candy. I was passing out the candy to trick or treaters at my neighbor's house because he had like kind of a better driveway. Because I made those, I got knee pads, and you know what? The amusement parks when
Of course.
on Halloween when they're sliding on their knee pads, and then they have these gloves that make sparks fly up.
Mm-hmm.
I made those one year.
You're
I kid
kidding.
you
I
not.
would have never
No,
pegged you to do
Jer,
that.
I love to scare people. Like what I went all out one year. Like I like got some good knee pads. I made the gloves to spark up at people, and then I got the fog machine. And then I wore all black, and then I had like this mask of an old man. So it's just all black, and then you just see this old guy's face coming at you fast with
Oh
sparks
no.
coming up. So every time like people would be coming up to like, because we would have so they would be coming up, I would just run, slide, and you wouldn't hear anything. You would just hear like the shh coming down the driveway, and then some sparks flying, and then the old man's face coming out
Oh
at
Lord.
you, and then people would scream, but then I'm like, ha ha ha, just kidding, come get your candy. And I would give everyone like a good amount of candy, because like
Mm-hmm.
for scaring me and giving me my treat, here I'm gonna give you some more extra candy, so
Yeah.
like there it was a win-win situation. I had a good time, they got extra candy.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I used to be a big chicken too, so like I
Me
definitely
too,
like
though.
I didn't start going to like Knott's and like Universal and stuff until like I was like maybe 15, 16. Yeah, like I really didn't want to go when I was like little. Like I liked semi scary, or excuse me, it's like semi scary, however semi. Yeah, so like I don't know. I remember one time too, my cousin scared me so bad. I used to be a fraidy cat, I did. So I remember one time my cousin scared me so bad. He jumped out the closet with a mask, and like
Oh
I
no.
was so excited to eat my Wendy's too. Like I was like this is like 11 or 12-year-old Jared too. I was
Oh,
still fairly sensitive. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't get scared often. I lived in a quiet town. I was chill. I wasn't bothering anybody. But anyways, yeah, I was coming around the corner, and then he pops out in a mask and does like a blood curdling screech, and I scream from like the depths of my soul. And then like at first, like you just hear them laughing, and then I just burst into tears. I was so upset.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hate to admit it too, because like I'm not easily frightened too. Like it just really messed with my peace.
I'm so sorry. But
It was mean. It
I
wasn't
would
a
so
fun
do
scare.
so.
It was a mean scare.
That's the type of things I do though to people. Oh, I got the hiccups.
Oh no.
But no, yeah, like that's the type of scaring I like to do to people.
Yeah, no, I totally love doing it, and I love getting scared out too. I mean, just be aware if you try to prank me, you have to be careful because I swing first. Like it's really not intentional. Like I just do an outward motion. I won't even call it swinging. I don't. I think it's just a self defense mechanism. Like my hands flare out. Like I don't want whatever's in my face there. So like.
No, I feel.
It just always scare me from a distance. I always tell people that, like, because I will deck you. And I won't mean to. It'll be so unintentional. But yeah, I do love a good scare. I think, especially now these days, I have become a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I'm not crazy. Like I don't need to skydive every 20 minutes or anything like that. But I'd like to try it one day.
Of course.
But
I don't know why these hiccups won't go away. I've been trying to get rid of them this whole time you've been talking.
I think it's adding. I like it.
And I don't know. I might pause it so they could go away if they get too intense. Anyways, but yeah, so like I guess I wanted to try making scaring trick-or-treaters a tradition, like a Halloween tradition for me. But I only did it for 2 years, which sucks. But it was so much fun both years. Like I love. Like there was one year though I did feel really bad. I sent a 5-year-old little ladybug running, screaming into the street.
Oh,
I felt terrible. I gave her so much candy though. Like I was like, I gave her like almost everything. I felt so bad.
Oh, little cutie patootie. Oh.
Yeah.
And you know, stuff happens. You're out and about on Halloween. You get your turn sometime. I'm just saying, like, you know,
No,
and I think that's
feel.
another thing, too. Like, come on, don't get freaked. Any crazy moms out there screeching at people for scaring their child on Halloween, relax. It's part of the holiday.
Theme. Exactly.
Don't let anyone get hurt, of course.
Exactly.
Be safe out there. Use your heads. But, like, come on, you're going to get fried.
It's Halloween, it's spooky. Someone's gonna give you a jump scare. Someone's gonna do something to make you, you know. So like you can't expect it from you. Exactly, you can't expect it not to happen. It's Halloween.
Exactly.
But yeah, I love to scare people. Like I do it as much as I don't do it. I haven't done it as much, but I too used to be a terrible, like a terrified child. Like I used to be such a scaredy cat as well.
Yeah,
and
I was so glad when I grew out of that too.
I don't know. I think one day I just got tired of like everyone like scaring me or like doing things like ha 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 you're scared, you know. From I got tired of everyone picking on me, and half the time it was my siblings.
Yeah, what's up with those? I just want to say screw you to those random kids who like pick up bugs and try to touch people with them. Like what is wrong with you? Like if you see I don't like it, why would you try to touch me with it? What do you do? What is so humorous to you?
You know, like I get like sometimes it could be funny for like me, and you know what,
for like a second.
Exactly. And sometimes too in that second I'm like ha 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 joke,
nervous
funny
laugh, nervous
you know
laugh.
and then you just gotta stop, like, you know, but anyways, yeah. So I think one day I just got tired of getting all this, you know, getting it all from everyone else, that it just like I was like, nope, I'm done, y'all better watch out. And then like suddenly I was out here scaring everybody, like getting back at everybody. I'm like not in like revenge, you know, but like in the sense that like y'all days of picking on me, like it's done. Like I'm coming back. Like I'm fighting back now. I'm no longer just gonna lay here and let you take me down. I am coming full force for you.
I will eat you. Like literally.
No, literally. And then suddenly and then that's what got me into loving like scaring people. Is it just started off from like that fire of like I'm done being picked on to now it's just like it's just fun to do, but I do know when to like back off, you know. Especially because I know what it was like, so I try not to go too far with my jokes and pranks and stuff, you know. Uncomfortable. Because I know the boundaries. I'm like, well, if this was me, would I want it to continue this long? No, I would not. So why would I want to make it continue longer for someone else? You know, you live, you learn. You got to think about other people too, folks. You just got to.
So also, scary movies or favorite scary movies?
You know.
Or what was I guess maybe first start off, what was the most disturbing, horrifying movie you've ever watched?
That's a tough one because growing up, well, I guess in a sense, this was no, because it was all the time. Anyways, no, growing up, we were always watching scary movies, like peeing your pants type of like
Oh no.
movies. Yeah,
Any names you
at
could drop?
what?
Any names you could drop at the moment?
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like back,
Okay, yeah, that's uncomfortable for the time that came
Exorcist, like
out. Yeah, it's just
you know,
pretty
like all the
tough.
ones, like the big, like ones based on the true stories. Like imagine like a little like 8-year-old, 7-year-old watching these type of horror,
Yeah,
like
that
it was
sucks.
terrifying. And so like growing up, we've always watched, like it's been like usually like Friday, Saturday nights, we'd all gather into the living room as a family or whatever, and then we would all watch scary movies, and it was always movies like that were terrifying. And so I don't know if I can remember specifically anything that traumatized me, but the one that kind of like, until I watched it recently, that was like my go-to scary movie for a while, was Jeepers Creepers. That one kind of freaked me out enough to like make me
Yo,
like
it's
wonder
so
as a
cool
child.
you said that. Oh my
But the
gosh.
first one, I haven't seen any of the other ones.
I enjoyed actually all the Jeepers Creepers, not all of them, but like Jeepers 1, 2, like the bus one, all that type of stuff. I love Jeepers Creepers because I think it's such a terrifying concept altogether.
And I think what got me about it is just the fact that like it was so different from all the other terrifying movies I was watching,
Right?
because like I'm so used to like gore and like people getting slaughtered, and like people, like all this like paranormal
It was
things, or like
intense.
mass murder thing.
And like what's scary about this creature too, bro? It drives a truck. This thing could fly, and it's over here driving
Driving a truck.
What is that? all
Driving
about?
around trying to smell some fear when it could just straight up be flying over people's homes, trying to like figure out where their fear.
And it's the most mysterious creature. It has no backstory whatsoever.
And then it has that song, Jeepers
That plays when it's about to
Creepers,
attack.
where'd you get those eyes?
It makes me feel like it's like some
Jeepers
old, crazy,
Creepers.
demonic old man, like that just mutated, like his spirit mutated.
No,
or something.
literally, like
I don't know.
I 100%, I feel that.
It's such a creepy vibe, and he does weird things like lick windows, and he's like a lizard-esque
I-
type mucusy thing. I don't know.
Too, like I could never figure out if it was like human or like
It drove.
like, I don't
It drives a truck. Like where
is
did it learn
a
how to do
human?
that?
Is it like a vampire? Is it like some type of lizard? Like what is it exactly?
And like the whole thing about it is like there's nothing wrong those people did, but it's just literally they're in the wrong place
At the wrong time. And that's even worse part, because like all the other horror movies, like these people purposefully like set themselves up for like the Paranormal Activity ones, like if they went to the house, they went to the exorcism or the Texas, like that guy was looking, but this one is just they were just on the wrong road with the wrong guy.
My goodness.
And I don't know anything more real than that.
Yeah,
Being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I can imagine something like that happening.
Like
to
that's
me.
literally all it takes. All it takes. Ridiculous.
I guess it is. I guess for mine, it's kind of recent ones that I saw. I don't like. It's been a while since like I've been like honestly spooked by a movie, or it made me like just uncomfortable, or
I
had
agree.
me constantly thinking about it.
100%, I agree.
It's been a long time, but the ones that had recently did it was Midsommar and Hereditary. And like people have mixed reviews on those movies, but what's so freaky about it to me is because like the director just really knows his stuff. And like it's not like any other scary movies, like where they have witches or they have like crazy like necromancy or anything like that. It's like it feels so unfictitious. Like that's what's so weird about his movies to me. And like all the things that they say in them, and like I don't know, I feel like his movies look he has like some weird agenda behind him. Like he just freaks me out as a director, but he's such a good director, and like visually, like the way he does things is insane. It's not even the gore either. It's just like I don't know, like he's like into a whole bunch of like Celtic dark magic, and he doesn't hold anything back. Like everything's pretty like, I don't know, like the rituals and stuff that he refers to, like, you know, like it's just weird. It's a weird movie for me. It messed me up for a while. I mean, the whole head thing too. I mean, I think it just being a young thing, that part didn't really traumatize me. It was, I guess, just, I don't know, maybe it was the mom going apeshit crazy too. That was like a little like, oh, could you imagine your mom like turning on you? Like, bro, like, I don't know, like, I guess the way that the movie was set up, like, it just put me like, oh my god, what if that was my family, or if this happened to my family? Like, could you imagine, like, having your sibling having an allergic reaction, you knock their head off, driving them to the hospital? Like,
that would be pretty wild.
yeah, so, like, the circumstances are, like, chilling, you know, like, that makes it makes it more realistic, and I'm like, those movies just kind of disturbed me altogether. And, like, the end of Hereditary was pretty weird as well. Like, it wasn't so much like it was scary. What was happening was mortifying. It was just the way the story was told and set up. Like, it was it was just it was a weird thing.
Yeah, I've seen both of those. And although they didn't terrify me as they once did before, by that I mean, it's like, since the last time I seen a movie that made me want to like pee my pants a little bit, Hereditary and Midsommar both did not give me that vibe that I was hoping they would from all the hype that I heard about them. I was like, finally, two movies that are gonna set me off. And then I watched them both, and neither one of them made me even the slightest bit scared.
Interesting. Yeah, it wasn't scary. It was just disturbing.
I wasn't that disturbed either, because it almost was like, as like the things were happening, I was like, I kind of like, it made sense, you know. So especially for Midsommar, because I'm like, okay, clearly, like there were like little clues as to like what was, you know, what was kind of happening.
The only two parts that got me in Midsommar was really like, I'm not gonna lie, like after I saw the cliff scene, I was like, I'm gonna go.
For the cliff one though, that one, because this is gonna sound real dark. But when the guy, like, when he fell just like feet first, I was like, you're dumb. You're not gonna die that way. Why? You have to go head first.
I think he did it. I think he had to do it that way for a weird reason. I don't know why. Because I know, like, I feel like I have to rewatch that one too, honestly, and dissect it, because like the whole 32 rule. Was it 32?
I think so. I don't quite remember it.
It was fairly young, and the number wasn't that high. I think it was maybe 62, because they were a little bit older.
Yeah, I think like 62.
Yeah.
But
I think the whole thing was reincarnation was like what the thing that they were going for, which is the theme in all his movies, or transformation. Yeah, I think Midsommar was the only part that got me was the cliff scene, just because, like, I don't know, like, when I was expecting it to be like, you know, like flat, you know, corpse lying on the ground, but like the fact that you saw like the whole front of her half body like split open.
Maybe because I watched so much Grey's Anatomy. Like,
you would know, like, I've seen some crazy movies too. Like, I've been through all the Saws, and like I saw some pretty gross stuff.
Yeah, I know, but like I watched Grey's Anatomy like so many times in a row. Like, you know, it's like it's constantly like guts out and every, you know. Yeah. So I think for me it was just kind of like, oh wow, what's Dr. Grey gonna do this time?
Yeah,
you know?
No, that was just like, it was the whole face first on a rock thing, and like,
I mean, that if like, that's how I had to go, that's how I would want to go too, because the impact is what, you know, like you want to go head first if that's the way you're gonna go, because especially at that height, you know. Anyway, anyway, reverse, reverse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see. I mean, I think she was just fortunate to be the person that didn't have to suffer before they died.
Yeah, I guess.
Which I think was another theme of that whole ritual or whatever they were doing.
I mean, I also probably should watch it again too, to kind of better understand exactly what was happening. Yeah, because I don't think I understood all that was occurring.
I know this sounds so inappropriate, but honestly, Danny on shrooms cracked me up. Like, it was so I mean, like, it was so realistic. She just got upset. She was like, "No, I'm not okay," and she just books it into the freaking woods. Like,
The worst decision.
that's what I'm saying
The
too.
worst.
Like, I think I would have some better sense than I on shrooms. Not that I do shrooms or have any desire to. I'm just saying, like, the last place I wouldn't be is like booked into the woods alone in the middle of, I don't know, the Netherlands.
I know.
whatever
I
this place
agree.
was.
I agree. Running into the woods is never the thing to do. Do not run into the woods. Please stop
I
doing
actually had the most peaceful experience in the dark woods with no flashlight whatsoever. You're talking to Jeremy S. up north.
Oh.
It's a different vibe out there. I would never do that in the woods out here. But up
Yeah.
there, like literally, like your eyes, even from the starlight and everything, your eyes literally adjust to see in the forest at dark. And my
Wow.
friend was teaching me that. I was like, you can't. I was like, we're not gonna turn my flashlight off. You crazy
I
lady.
know.
Lost your ever loving mind. Like, it was like, I'm not. She was like, chill. She was like, no. She was like, your eyes will adjust. She was all like, if anything, the light's gonna bring attention to you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's all you have to say. And like, no, you could see fine. I crawled through a tree stump and everything. It was pretty nice. Yeah, I didn't. There's no bugs out there like that.
Wow.
Like in my head, I was like, oh my god,
Now I'm
there's
about
gonna
to
be a
get all
freaking
these bugs.
tarantula.
Exactly.
There's just like this
Mhm.
crazy girl has me, like, you know. But no, nothing happened. Like, it was
Wow.
super chill. You know, I even picked up a banana slug.
Oh, you know, well, I used to want to wear an eye patch on one of my eyes.
Yeah.
Here's here's a layer. Here's the
I
layer
used to
of
roller
what this comes with. I used to roller skate. No, this ties in with what you have to say. Anyways, I used to want to wear an eye patch on my eye so that I could train one eye to see in the dark. So like one eye would be like during the daytime to see everything, you know, and then the other one would be specifically for the nighttime. So like this one like gets
Would it
adjusted.
cause like vertigo? Or
I mean, I don't know if it would work. But this, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, this would totally work, you know?
oh, man.
But
Yeah,
that's the
no.
thing I wanted to do as a kid.
That would've been cool if it did.
I mean, I don't know if it would work or not, but in my, like, little, like, 10-year-old head, or 12-year-old, like, 13, maybe even 2, like, I was like, this will totally work. I will have night vision in one eye and regular vision in the other, and I'll just have an eye patch on, and people ask why, and then one day I'll be in the forest stranded, and then I'll just be like, my time has come, and then move my eye patch. So I'm
That
like,
would be kinda
night
cool.
vision mode.
This is why you're clutch.
That's a layer of tea money. That's something I don't think I've ever told anyone that.
I'm glad it
Before.
came out. Definitely.
But yeah, so in a sense, that's how that would tie into your story. That's why I roller skate.
Right.
Oh man, Arizona Robbins.
What a great lady.
Oh, but yeah, I too think this is why I love Halloween, is because it's just the way we could just so comfortably talk about spooky things without people being like, no, we don't want to talk about, you know, like
Yeah.
getting freaked out by it. I think that's another cool thing about Halloween, is like the way we could just so calmly talk about these things.
I'm also excited for like my expensive costume phase of my life where I can drop
Mhm.
like $3,000 on a costume.
I would love to do where I could actually get some real good scaring tools. I don't know if I'd be able to scare anyone now. I could barely walk. But anyways, but yeah, no, I feel that I'd be ready to drop like some good money on a nice costume that I've been
I know.
wanting.
Next year we should plan something.
Ugh, that would be amazing. Or even make my own costume, like my
That's
own.
what I want
like,
to do one time.
that would be so cool.
I really want to be King from Seven Deadly Sins. Yes, I'm a nerd. I really like his coat. Like, I like the clothes that King wears. I love his character too. So I mean, I would like want to like design like a King coat and like cosplay the crap out of that.
One time for Halloween, I dressed up as a rock star.
This is generic.
Like I got the little fake tattoo sleeves, like
Wow.
yeah, and then I wore like checkered pants, and then I think I took my Guitar Hero guitar,
Oh,
and then like
wow.
I went off on this. Like, I was
What
like,
year was this?
I definitely was probably like 13 or 14. Like, I was like, I'm going to be a rock star. Like, I had been manifesting, like, not even manifesting, like that. And being a musician has like just been a thing for me since I was a child. So, but when I was like 13, 14, I was like, my Halloween costume this year, rock star. Why? Because that is what I am. And like, and then I even got
Respect.
like the fake like piercings to put in like my lip, to like, I went off.
That's what's up.
I went off, and that's why I love Halloween, because that night I got to live like the rock star I was. I walked to every door, got my free candy, and looked good doing it.
I guess my favorite costume. Ooh, excuse me.
Someone's getting tired.
Oh Lord. No, I would say my favorite costumes was Tigger. That was a great one for me. I was a Power Ranger
What
blue,
okay.
of course. It was that, or of course black. Well, I was blue Dino Thunder stage, just to make it, just to make it clear. I remember I was Ninja Turtle one year. That was pretty fun.
Are you just thinking about all the costumes you once were?
Yeah.
Oh,
to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like I only remember like the good ones were the ones like the Rockstar one. Anything past that, like I feel like for me for Halloween, the main thing like was just kind of like before I was like old enough to like decide like this is what I want people to think of me. I was just kind of like getting dressed just so I could get some free candy.
I remember one year. This is like the most disappointing costume ever. So like I was telling my dad all year because I wanted to be in the parade at school and have a really good costume, and I was telling him all I wanted to be was Batman. And so he's like, okay, I hear you. I will bring home a Batman costume. And then got down to the very last night before Halloween. So we were like, did one of those 3 a.m. in the morning costume runs. And all that was left at Walmart were these little Batman masks.
Oh.
And like the ones that they hang on the shelves where it had the little thing. And then like I had to like, and then I had like a cheap Dracula cape that I had to wear for it. And all I wanted was like the really cool like $40 or $60 like Batman costume. And I was so upset. I didn't want to be in the parade, but then my teacher made me.
Aw, we'll get you a good Batman costume.
And this one guy, Jonathan, too, he came in the best Batman costume you have ever seen in your life. Yes, it was like movie quality.
Well, Jonathan.
I know.
Must be nice.
It must have been.
Ugh.
I'm still salty about that.
We're gonna leave. Well, I don't want to leave this podcast on a salty note.
Oh no, yeah.
But I mean, our time is coming up to an end here, though. So I don't know. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun talking about our spooky time right now.
It's always great jazzing it up with you, T Money.
It was a vibe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week. I hope y'all tune in next week for another hopefully spooky themed podcast week yet again. It will be the final month of October too, so let's keep going. Okay, anyway, seriously, share this podcast with everyone you know. Get T Money Talks on the map, vibe with it. Let people know about the open community we are creating. It is safe. Bring your people, share it with your family, share it with your dogs, share it with your clowns. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys all had a good time. So until next week, guys, this is T Money saying live your life because you're the only one who get it. All right. Bye.
Bye.